So I went for a little walk this morning through the area of Mission in Calgary, Lower Mount Royal, and back at Lindsay Park. I love this little inner city park. Well, it's not really little. It's a fair size. Lots of picnic tables and plenty of places to sit and benches along the pathway. That's one way to access the park off 2nd Street Southwest. I'm maybe a block from the old Holy Cross Hospital, which is now privately owned Holy Cross Center. And looks like they're doing some repair on that condo. So the old hospital is right there. And it's just a beautiful little path. And the river is quite low, the elbow, and it's very clear, the water. It's very peaceful along here. Now, during the flood in 2013, much of this is the same, the shoreline here, but you see that fence they put up. They kept most of this area natural after the flood, as opposed to prior to the flood. They were tending all the landscaping and whatnot. But when the flood ravaged this part of the city and other parts of the city, they chose to keep it natural, and they put a pathway through here. I can walk over and kind of show you. So I had to jump that barricade here, this fence. And when Floyd was small, we'd put him on a leash and he'd walk all the way along this fence. So if you follow this through, to the right, there's a little lookout point with a bench, and then there's another one further up. And then it just sort of leads you back into the main pathway system that is all paved up there, and the picnic areas. But I just chose to come down here and have my coffee. Ideally, I could have brought like a light collapsible chair. I don't foresee them ever putting any benches here. Just given the fact that they've got that fence that's sort of to discourage people from coming down here. But it's almost a nice little beach area, if you can call it that. I think right now we're about 24 degrees. It's 9:45 a.m. We're supposed to hit 30 degrees today. So we've had a beautiful summer. Just look at how nice and clear that water is, eh? And I think I'll walk along the path a little further up. And if you go up further around the bend, it's a bit choppy here, the water, but further up there's a really deep pool. There's a bend in the river and the water slows down and it's quite deep. And I've seen people swimming. As well as further up the river, back when I was a kid, we used to come down to a tire swing. But that's much further up around towards St. Mary's High School. But anyway, that's just this portion of Lindsay Park. And in the spring, you'll always find lots of geese and ducks and baby ducks and goslings through here. Oh, this is interesting. I just took this sort of crude little path from where I just was standing over to this side because I see a chair. Not that I'll sit in it, but somebody left a chair here. Looks like a fairly decent one. And we would bring Floyd along here too. And when the river is a little lower, it's quite low now, but you can actually see how it's receded, and you could walk all the way along the shore. But that would be, you know, early spring, late fall. But on a hot day, you'll always see people coming down here on their rafts, inflatable devices coming through here. Sure, we've got a couple more weekends left like that. It's a Monday morning, so not too many rafters out. I'm going to climb up the little hill here to the park. When that flood came through here, the water was as high as that bridge. It was lapping the deck of the bridge. So we were flooded. Put it this way, the Elbow River, which is I don't know how many meters wide now, it was a couple of kilometers wide at that point. Neighborhoods were flooded this way, as well as the entire Stampede grounds to the base of Scotsman's Hill. It was devastated. A lot of homes were There was debris scattered, even intermodal trailers and stuff like that were just littered through here. So yeah, this is where I came in, the bridge here. And it's a large park. And this is where I would have wandered down to the right here, where those fence posts are, the fences. And down there. Well, I'm going to walk through the park a bit and then have a seat and enjoy my coffee. And they also have Frisbee golf here now. A lot of people are opposed to that, understandably. Trying to have a picnic and then zing through the trees, a heavy plastic disc comes flying. I think it's a 9-hole Frisbee golf course. I'm going to go up this way towards the top of the hill, find a bench over there. But as you can see, plenty of picnic tables. And the river is straight ahead there, and there's more benches along the river. So yeah, all of this was flooded. There was debris, 10, 12 feet up these trees or more. Portions of people's fences from upstream. And the city was in here within a week and had all that junk cleaned up. There isn't really even a trace anymore, because there used to be, you'd see in the trees in the wild, you'd see twigs and things wrangled around the trees. They cleaned all that stuff up through here. And straight ahead through the trees is the Olympic pool, the Olympic-sized pool, Lindsay Park Aquatic Center, which they now call MFNP Leisure Center, something like that. And that would have been built back in 81. So that's St. Mary's High School just over there. And this is the old train bridge. I think it was CN or CP Rail that came through here. And the old train station is just over there. It's now a ballet school. You can see the old supports for the old bridge spans still here. And again, the river at that point when we flooded in 2013 was as high as the bridge deck. And it's beautiful at this height. It allows people to get down here with their pets. There's really nobody here this morning. A few cyclists going by. Some seagulls and ducks. And straight ahead there is a convent. I'm not sure, maybe it's still used as a convent to this day. That was built back in the 1880s sometime. This was a French settlement, this part of the city. I forget what it was called back in the 1800s. And St. Mary's Church or Cathedral is just there. So here is the north entrance to the park and the train tracks that I just mentioned. They've kept them in the bridge. Well, they must have raised them to put this cement down. But they are the original rails. And that's downtown straight ahead there. St. Mary's School, St. Mary's Cathedral, and where I just was. And the tire swing we used to go on is way Goes way up the river here. Not way up, but a little ways up. Right up there. And that's the old train station, and the main building is like a ballet school or something now. At one point in time you could walk straight through here, maybe 20 years ago. And I'll just give a shot back. And I'd like to bring my mom down here. She's going to come and visit with her scooter. So that way we can go on a little excursion. I'd say the way I walk, this is less than a 10-minute walk from where I live. So it would be more than doable. Maybe we could come down here for a picnic, Mom, weather permitting. It's supposed to be nice right up through the end of August, so. And more than likely quite pleasant through September as well, just based on the weather we've had. So yeah, there is some indicator to the French settlement. Rouville Square. And there's St. Mary's Church, and the park that I was just in, Lindsay Park, is just over there. And to the north of me here is downtown. Lots of development happening here. There used to be some homes and things here, but that's all being leveled. If you were to take this straight, that would take you into downtown. And Carol and Michelle, if you're watching, 2 or 3 blocks up to the left was that little food mart we went into when you were visiting, and your B&B is like 2 blocks to the right where you stayed. So. And you can't see the Calgary Tower, it's obstructed, but it's just, well, that's okay. Just over here.